Well, I am glad everything appears to be functioning the way I think it needs to be functioning. Hello, everybody. This is Frogman, and welcome back to Satisfactory. Last episode, we, turned this thing on and started making compacted coal. And I've had to do a little bit of troubleshooting, had to update a couple of belts, or at least get them to where they were a little bit faster because we weren't quite filling a few machines up. I have not done the overclocking on that one just up here yet, so we're just going to kind of play around with it. But so far, it's working. So I think what we're going to start with next, now that everything is going to kind of play around, is that we are out of these. We're completely out of, where are they? These Nobelisks. And we need to make a few, or at least since we're here, we're going to make a few over here in this little section. I've already kind of thrown out a couple of platforms down, and we're going to kind of do a little bit of stuff. But we're going to start to finish building some Nobelisks right here just so that we have them. I do not want to go too crazy with this little factory. In fact, I'm probably not even going to really show you guys much of it. We're just going to toss down a bunch of stuff, and we're going to go on forward because of the fact that in the next update, which should be dropping sometime, this month, I guess it is June now, we're going to get a completely different set of Nobelisks. We're supposed to get, I think, 3 or 4 or 5 more, which I really don't want to have to, rebuild the entire mess just to make it. So I don't know whether or not these are going to be like a mixture of things, like we'll take like a Nobelisk and then we'll mix it with something else to make it look like that. I didn't really pay attention to their recipes that they showed us on the thing. But basically what I want to do today, at least for right now, is I want to take at least 2 assemblers, and these are actually going to be on the top floor. But, actually what we're going to do, what we're going to do is we're going to base this whole mess off of a couple of foundries. Now, we have a couple of really nice recipes with these foundries. So let's take a look at this real quick, and then we're going to work around the math of how we're going to do this. So I want to put 2 of these down, and I think we're going to maybe have enough room to do what we need to do. They're probably going to switch ends, actually. Let's do, I don't know. I'm kind of a loss at the point this morning because I'm just trying to sit here and figure out what I want to do. But let's just take a look at the foundries real quick, and then we can look at some of the other things. We have the alternate solid steel ingot, which will allow us to make 60 ingots per minute if we do something like cook the iron first. So if you look at this here, it is 40 iron per minute plus 40 coal makes 60 steel. This is going to be something eventually we're going to make a major use of because you can do a lot of steel that way doing this thing. I was actually kind of half contemplating taking some of the compacted coal that's coming out of there and feeding another recipe. I believe it is this one. But this one's not as good. It's okay. I think it's okay, but it's not nearly as good as this one. So, hello, mouse. Why don't you move your keyboard where you can actually get to it? There we go. Cool. So we're going to set up just a couple of little things. We're going to make some stuff. The reason why we need to make steel is so we can make pipe bombs, steel pipes in one of these constructors so that we can have some steel pipe so that we can then craft those into some stuff here with some Nobelisks, which is basically steel pipe and black powder, and black powder is gonna be just a little bit of coal and a little bit of sulfur. So I'm gonna kind of throw a bunch of stuff down real quick, and then we're gonna come back because I want to kind of just play with it a little bit, see what it does, and then we may start hacking down a bunch of trees and blowing things up and getting ready to kind of build a little platform for our turbo fuel factory. So I'll bring you all back when we get ready to kind of start doing some of the belting and the turning things on. So see you in a little bit. Okay, that was pretty ugly and down and dirty, but it's done, or at least ready to be plugged in. We'll go take a real quick short look at it from this side. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. It's based off of what we're going to do. Like I said, I think we're going to try to be making, more than 6. I think 6 or 8 a minute. But basically what we're doing is we're going to start on the bottom. We're going to make iron ingots with these smelters. We're going to put iron ingots and coal into those foundries so that we can get the steel. The steel will then be transported up to these constructors that are going to be making steel pipe. The steel pipe's going to go up to the top floor up there. The third floor here is going to be assemblers making, if I get up here without dying, no, making the black powder. And on the top floor up here, very simple again, is the last little bit of this. This is going to be the assemblers making the Nobelisks. and I'm going to siphon off a small amount, or I should say small amount. Once this all backstuffs and once this all finishes up, we're also going to siphon off a storage container full of the black powder, because the black powder is necessary to craft these recipes, these right here as well. So again, this is gonna be some stuff that's gonna be changing, at least according to what I've been reading, what I've been watching, at least on the Twitch channel, is that they're going to be making a major change to ammunition and, well, just a lot of things. So weapons and whatnot are going to be changing. I didn't want to try to make something very pretty or permanent, but it should function and do what we want to do. So let's I guess everything should be ready to go. We're gonna have to let the coal run and buffer. The sulfur's already over here, so we'll give the autosave a second and then we'll do the thing. Alrighty, let's turn it on and hopefully this works. What was I doing with oh yeah, come on, we're waiting on you to juice up. Come on, let's go. You guys are making our nice iron ingots. Beautiful. There we go. Now we've got some coal. Coal should be headed towards the smelters. Coal will head up. I'm just gonna leave these regular clocked for right now. I think we, all said and done, we need like 100 of each, so it's not a huge big deal, but we should start seeing, okay, cool, steel is headed up the line there. Steel should be going into our constructors. I hear noises upstairs. That means that's working. Got steel pipes coming. Good. All right. You guys are just going to be waiting on parts, I'm assuming. Yeah, we're just waiting on a little bit of steel there, I hope. Yep. Waiting on a little bit of steel. Yep, good deal. Let's go up top here once again and get all the way up before you fall down. All right, so these are the ones that are going to be making the gunpowder, which looks like we're working. You have stuff in you. We're just waiting on the coal to buffer. I may have to speed that up. I may not. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. It's how much coal? See, it's not the numbers aren't very big. The numbers are really teeny tiny. So that's going to be more than enough. So we should start seeing. There goes some black powder. We just need a little bit more pipe, and then you're going to start making pipe bombs for us. Yay! Awesome. Cool. You're almost done. Come on, we can do this. I'm tired of handcrafting these things. Where are you? Almost done. Bang, there goes 3 of them. Cool, well, 1 of them, whatever. So we should be making, let's see, once it gets warmed up, it's gonna be 6. I think it's like, I need to actually fix one of these. It's 2 1/3, so you need to be, oh, scratch my nose. Let's see, I believe it's 60. So where's my numbers? That's not the number I want. 5.33. So again, we got to make sure our numbers are set correctly. I had to redo these a couple of times. Let me see. This one up here needs to be set to, this one needs to be 33%. So we have, I think it's 60. I think it's this is another one of those 3rds and 6s that I don't care for ratios, but I believe this one is supposed to be 66%. So we'll do something about like that. And again, as long as it's working, as long as it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, we're fine. So we should be making about 8 of those per minute, which is going to be fantastic, considering that I have been hand making them pretty much this, well, I haven't been hand making them this whole time, but I've been hand carrying things from one point to another to make things happen. So we're going to let that run a little bit. Actually, I think we're going to let it run a little bit. We're going to see how we work. I want to make sure this isn't putting anything in these. No? Good? Okay. Cool. All right, let's go. Now that that's running, or at least it should be running for a little while, I want to be, well, we're gonna need a lot of those, because there's a lot of these things we got to get rid of, and that's the easiest way to do it. I mean, I have a chainsaw. We can do the chainsaw. We're gonna do the chainsaw on a few of these trees just so that we can get a bunch of biomass that we can do things with later, but I've already got quite a bit of things, and for what it's worth, the flower petals are useless to me at this point. I don't need them. So let's let's get over to, you can shut this off. Let's get over to where we're going to start doing this mess. We'll eventually build another train station in right here, and then I'm going to, that will pick up those pipe bombs and the ammunition or whatever, and I'll probably use the train that is coming from right here. What do you stop for? Oh, you're there. The train that's coming from right here may come grab this stuff as well and bring it back, since the time on that is not very critical as to how fast it's going. But let's get over here and start getting this area prepped up. Alrighty, so we got a little bit of stuff. We can throw some things together and let things work. I'm going to have it process some of this junk for right now. We're going to put a few things away so we have our inventories full of everything that we don't need at this point. So we're going to go ahead and start cutting some of this down. I think I'm going to just kind of collect a few of the trees, so to speak, so that we can have some biomass should we need it. But really, I want to blow up... I want to blow up a bunch of this, but we're not going to do it right now. So I'm just going to kind of run around and cut up a bunch of trees so that we can open up this area, because I think we should have plenty of space to do the work we need to do. Well, that looks considerably better than it did. At least it's now a nice big wide open area for us to actually play in. And that's why I say it didn't look like a whole heck of a lot until you actually started dumping all the junk out of it. And I'm glad the view distance thingy is doing what it's doing, because at least you can kind of see what it looks like. So we're going to build up just a little bit, probably a foundation or two high. Let's see. Do I have anything on me? Let's go dump the junk we just got off the ground, and then we can start kind of figuring on how we want to do things. That was a lot of leaves and a lot of wood and a lot of things like that. And that was I wasn't really going to plan on throwing it away just yet. We don't really need to throw it away. I guess I did have a bunch of that stuff. I don't know why I kept losing it. Anyhow, give me this, and let's do a little bit of goofing. We should be able to at least come up with an idea of how we want to lay this out. So the shortest spot, I think, is right there. Yeah, something about right there, I think. So let's grab us some frame foundations. And let's see. I kind of want it so that you can see it from over there for certain. So let's see. How about this? How about we do it about right there? ×2, and then we're going to do some regular old foundations on top of that, and go that way with it. Something about like that. How much concrete do we still have on us? I gotta be careful because I can't really build the whole thing, but I'm trying to get an idea as far as length. I want to try to keep it as low to the ground as possible so that it looks, reasonably well. We are going to support it on this platform underneath using the frame foundations, but I think we're probably going to get into the ground over here. That actually went further than I wanted it to. Uh-oh. Did I stop before I hit it? Good. Sometimes you end up just screwing that up to where the point you have something clear out in the underworld that you'll never, ever, ever see again. Let's see. Oh, poop. We may go up one more, or at least a half of one more. Can I? Let's do a little bit of goofing here. Sometimes you can do a little bit of I don't know why I did that. I need to get it on top. If I do this and then go that direction, is that going to get out of the way? Come on. Quit. That looks like it might clear the hill. Okay, cool. Let's do the foundation to the bottom of that. Frame foundation. Come on, snap where I want you to snap. There, that'll work. And then we'll just delete those. Oh, you did what you thought you were going to do, dummy. Let's pick this up and do it the right way this time. So, frame foundation. There. There. That just sat on the ground. That looks great. Cool. Do that the exact same thing the other direction. Nope, 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 nope. Stop. Rotate the arrow so it faces that way, and then do it. One more. Clean up the underside. Don't delete the one you don't want to delete. And that should allow us clearance, but yet still look okay. Yes, that'll look fine. So that'll give us plenty of clearance. That'll decently flatten out this area and should be able to allow us to build quite a few refineries. So let's see. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go as far as it'll let you go before it runs out. Bang. Cool. I don't think I have anything on me that I can build refineries with, do I? I do. I can build a few of them, looks like. Well, let's do this. We're not going to do the whole thing today, but the thing is, like I said, I wanted to show that we should easily have enough space in here to do what we need to do, because this... Can I get all the way to the end over here? 20 will fit in this space, and I can actually go over one more and it would be just perfectly fine. So that just means we need, what, 72, so 70, what is that, 52 more, which means we can just keep going that direction. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare. But at least all of this, everything here, should be reasonably easy to do. And like I said, if I want to, I can just go that way. It's not showing it exactly correctly, but that's 20 times 4, which is more than we need in this little flat area. So we may end up just doing something like this just to make it easy on us so that we don't need a million pumps to make the thing work. But there's 100. So yes, I understand. I got to put belts and I got to put, well, we don't have to put, well, we got belts and pipes to put in, but they'll at least fit right here. So I'm going to gather up some parts, and we're going to start laying things down in the next one. And we're going to be turning on turbo fuel fairly soon. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. That's going to suck.